In this video, I show you how I'm going to vote in the Steam Awards. So welcome to Streaming Deluxe. My name is Mr. Orange. Welcome my friends. So in this video you can follow me voting in the Steam Awards. So I was making up my mind a little bit. I think I'm also a bit late when it comes to the voting. So but I thought now it's time or never. So guys, if you haven't voted yet on the Steam Awards, I recommend you to jump into the Steam launcher and find the Steam Awards page that you see here, and then go and nominate your favorite game. So let's start immediately. So there are around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different categories. So, and I'm going to go with you through each of the categories and tell you why I'm going to vote for this. So bear in mind, I have almost every single game that came out on Steam recently. Not every, but almost every single game. So I played a lot of games, so those are my personal favorites, mostly from the last year or maybe from the last 2 years, because the Steam Awards are not only for 2018. I think they are also made for a bit for like the last games, or in general the games that you love. So enough talking. The game of the year, and we jump into the nomination, my friends. And you see here I get some weird suggestions for the game of the year. Let's be honest here, there were a lot of great games that deserve to be a game of the year, but you have to choose your personal favorite. That's very important. If I would, for example, could choose a game of the year from consoles, also from other platforms, then it might be even more difficult, but here we can only choose the game of the year that we played on Steam. So no PlayStation here. Even if you say Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, those were my game of the year. You can't choose it here. I am choosing, and I think you already knew it if you have followed my last video, I'm going to choose, I'm typing it, Fallout, not 4, but Fallout VR. Guys, I'm nominating Fallout 4 VR Game of the Year. You might say, it's a VR game, how can you do this? You might say, Fallout 4, it's so old and Bethesda sucks and Fallout 76 is a disappointment. I don't care, my friends. I personally think that's my game of the year. I'm going to play this even today, even later I'm going to play it, because I think it's for me the most immersive, best game I've ever played. And this is also related to the fact that you can play it with a head-mounted display. So it's my game of the year on Steam, so excluding PlayStations. And then the VR game of the year. Now you would say, yeah, but if Mr. Orange says Fallout 4 VR was his game of the year, then obviously Fallout 4 VR would also be his VR game of the year. Okay, that's a little bit more difficult, since I was extremely hyped for Skyrim VR, and I think it's still a great game. I didn't spend so much time in it yet, because I like Fallout 4 a little bit more when it comes to the VR version, even that the graphics are a bit more blurry and less good. But I'm going to vote for Skyrim VR. That, I think the fact that they brought us Skyrim VR as a VR game in 2018, it just blew my mind, my friends. It just blew my mind. So I'm definitely voting for this. And the next category is the Labor of Love Award. So this is related to, let's say, a developer that always comes back and brings more content to a game. I see a little bit a problem with this category, I have to say honestly, since games get more like games as a service. So if you look, for example, different Ubisoft games like Rainbow Six, like the Assassin's Creed games, and those games could give you the impression that you have to vote for them, because there constantly comes new content. But on the other hand, the whole plan was already made beforehand. So it's like also with DLCs, it's all planned in different steps when to bring new content. So therefore, I'm a bit reluctant to actually vote for one of those triple A games like Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty World War II, because that's also there's a lot of new content was there over the whole year, so it was pretty impressive. Or even Tom Clancy's The Division, which has been developed in a very nice way also as Rainbow Six. And here also I see a problem with early access games, because early access games have the objective to be developed over the time. So if I'm now voting here for an early access game, then I have the impression that I'm voting for a game that has been released unfinished, and yeah, I get new content because the game is going to be developed, so I participate in the development of the game. So therefore it's a bit difficult. So objectively, I think GTA 5 or Path of Eternity could actually be a game you should vote here. On the other hand, I also like Hunt, but Hunt is an early access game, and I said I'm excluding those here. And yeah, they really was coming, especially Path of Eternity, I think that's the name, if I remember correctly. But on the other hand, you also have like Onward, early access game, Payday 2 with the VR. With VR implementation, also pretty cool, and a free to play VR implementation. But my friends, my decision was falling on, you see what I read? No Man's Sky. I nominate No Man's Sky because this game was really beaten down when it came out. A lot of people were extremely disappointed, but the developers, they were bringing new content over a long time, and they didn't release it as an early access, so that's really important. And they brought a lot of new content, and they gave this game love, so that the No Man's Sky in the end became a pretty cool game with a nice multiplayer mode. Let's jump to the next category, my friends. Nominate the best developer. That's very difficult, because I think it's much more which developer did not disappoint me last year or on the last time the most. So I would personally say for myself, the most best games I played last year were coming from Ubisoft. But I also know there were a lot of great indie developers. But on the other hand, Ubisoft, a AAA company, and they were really bringing us Far Cry. They were working so much more on The Division, on Rainbow Six. They were bringing us different Assassin's Creed titles. And they mostly were very well optimized for the PC, and they ran perfectly fine. And this is sometimes a problem with indie developers. I was mostly with most early access games. Personally, I was disappointed. And another alternative could have been Bethesda, because I like Fallout 4 VR, Skyrim VR. But let's be honest here, I don't think Bethesda is actually a good developer, since when they bring out the game, every single time I have to spend hours tweaking the game. I have to spend hours to find the own graphic options, to search on the internet, to find mods, wait for mods. Only then I can play the game as I want to. No, Bethesda, you're not going to be the best developer. You don't deserve it. Yes, you don't deserve it. And therefore, since I think it's so difficult to find a good indie developer that does not disappoint me big, I'm going for Ubisoft. I'm sorry guys, I'm choosing a AAA developer. I think Ubisoft did an amazing job the last years, on the last month. And now we're jumping to the next category, best environment, and that's very interesting. So that's actually the game where you say, oh my god, that's so amazing, I want to take pictures all the time, So I took a lot of pictures of Far Cry 5, I took a lot of pictures of Assassin's Creed Origin, I took a lot of pictures of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Those games all look incredible. And I also like Kinseed, for example. It looks also amazing for a pixel art game, but the game's not done yet. On the other hand, Hellblade, I saw a lot of great pictures on Hellblade. Well, Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation, of course, but we can't vote for PlayStation titles here, my friends. And then another game that I took pictures of, and I was really, it was astonishing to see how realistic it looked. And guys, I'm voting here for you got it, Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's what I'm voting for. I think it looks realistic. It has this overall realistic feeling, and that's actually a reason why I think I want to say that's the best environment. That's nomination of you. Better with friends. Ooh, that's also a very difficult one. So what is the best multiplayer, the best co-op game? And I have to admit, I was not playing a lot of co-op games recently. Yeah, I would say Earthworld. Earthworld was pretty great if you had an amazing team to play, but mostly you didn't find really a lot of players and people were jumping into the game too late. So, and also Call of Duty World War II Zombies, it's the classical co-op game, it's a classical multiplayer game, and I like it a lot. And then Hunt, Showdown, and well, of course PUBG and all the other battle royale games too. But Hunt, I think I enjoyed Hunt the most with in a co-op, and I think it's a great game and it deserves definitely a nomination here. So I go Better with Friends award. I go with Hunt Showdown. So I can only recommend this game, my friends. I can only recommend. And then we come to the next category, Best Alternate History. So yeah, that's very tough. And I think Wolfenstein series is definitely like the classical history alternate version of it. And then I'm totally bullish. I'm totally looking for cyberpunk games in the future. I'm watching cyberpunk movies now, listening to cyberpunk music. But this history, I think this history means, yeah, it's really history and it's not fantasy as well. So maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance, but on the other hand, this game wants to be like hyper realistic. Very, very difficult. So I would say overall it's the Wolfenstein series. And since I can't vote, and I don't want to vote for the old Wolfensteins now, I'm going to vote for Wolfenstein Colossus. But I have to admit, I haven't really finished it yet. And I think it's also not the best one of the Wolfenstein games, but it's a representative for me for the overall category. And then comes the last one, my friends, the Most Fun with a Machine award, and that's definitely where I see the future games. So, but also cars and robots, and why not Terminator? But there's no Terminator game or came out recently. That's a bit of pity. So I was not really playing a racing game on Steam this year or the last month. I did not really enjoy any of those racing games that came out. And there's another real robot game. Maybe Search. Is okay, but so I decided something very special here. So it's Machine. We talk about the Machine, but I was going just a step over this, and I say I'm going for the best artificial intelligence in the game. The most fun I had with an artificial intelligence of a game. So you're laughing, but I think that's the best solution for me personally here. And therefore I'm going to go to a sports game, my friends. So I had the most fun with 11 Table Tennis VR. I think the artificial intelligence there is just so great, and I felt like I'm playing against a human. So it was not really, I had the feeling that I play against a machine. Therefore, my friends, that's my decision. So 11 Table Tennis. So what I was waiting for Fallout 4 voting for. Fallout 4 VR, Skyrim VR, No Man's Sky, Ubisoft, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Hunt, Wolfenstein 2 and 11 Table Tennis VR. A lot of people would say now, oh Mr. Orange, you just voted for all those AAA big companies. How can you do this? I thought you liked the indies. Yes, I like the indies, but I'm voting honest. The games I have the most fun, and at the moment it's the Ubisoft games, it's the Bethesda games, and it's pretty games like Kingdom Come Deliverance, it's great games like Hard Showdown, or it's the awesome story on all the background of Wolfenstein. So you see I actually have a lot of Bethesda games here. And yeah, 11 Table Tennis VR is also an indie game in my personal opinion, and I think therefore at least I have voted for one. So I completed here with the first task. So you see, and now I'm going to complete the other task, but I'm not making any video for this, so you can imagine how this is going to be. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down if you did not enjoy this video, or just follow my channel. So it was a great pleasure to show you here live my Steam Award nominations, and let's see in some month and the next sale. When the pre-selection has been done, let's see if the one or the other game of or nominees I was choosing are going to be on the final. So very interesting. I really love this, so it's great. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Enjoy.